Thought it's gonna be a delay. Ain't no delay. Right here. On time, okay? Peace and power, peace and power, peace and power to the people that struggle. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. The divine mind knows, the divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power. As you come on in, know that you're in a safe space. Know that you're in a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that you're in a space of educating and being educated. Know that you're in a space for conversation, dialogue, comments and concerns, questions and answers, building and destroying. You're in a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You're in a space of now. You are in your space, a space of love, a space of integrity, a space where we are building a united path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants, come on in, come on in, come on in. Please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information in the chat. Hashtags, green screens, grams with money, pals that pay, apps that cash, tides of cot. Listen, damn it, send Morse code, carrier pigeons, throw a kite, fund the war effort. Please keep all funding information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. We are at war. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you're in the train station near the token booth cuffed up. It's too late. Don't wait until you're in HR and they telling you, man, we gave you your last check, your last check. Yeah, don't wait. Yeah, until a Girl Scout chapter in your community skips your door. You don't get no Girl Scout cookies. You don't know how to act. Don't wait till it's too late. Check your anger. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. Stop acting up in front of everybody. Yell aloud. People watching. Neighbors knowing that that's the house. Come on now. Get it together. If you or anybody you know is in need of intimate relationship abuse consultations and counseling, please book an assessment. Okay? Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you. Why is that baby oil in the microwave? Y'all smell gas? Huh? Listen, okay? Things that should alarm you. Then she sure been quiet for the last 23 days. She ain't said a word. Okay? Huh? Characteristics that should heighten your awareness. Okay? Yeah. People, places, events, conversations that should have you on alert. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. Man, it ain't even that hot, but I'm burning up. What's going on? How y'all? Yeah, we got a lot to get into. Well, really not much, but we might as well. Everybody's speaking on it, so I got to speak on it. And as always, we are in a space of educating, so it's a different spell that we're going to speak on in here. But tag Ms. Netta. Yeah, I told y'all. Tag Miss Netta, Shannon Sharpe, tell him to bring his ass to class. Yeah, we been calling him that. Everybody else is late. Listen, we know the secret. So tag him, tell him to come to class. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the old Faye. And the old Faye women, if y'all know a Karen, if y'all know a Becky, if y'all know a Amy, tag them, tell them to come to class, because we trying to figure out what's really good with y'all. Tag her, Amy. Yeah, tag her, Amy. Cave brother, whatever you want to call him. Tag him, damn it, and enslave her, whatever. Tell them to come to class. Okay? We talking to them tonight, too. Mm-hmm. Who else we got in here? Oh, tag Granny. Yeah. What is her name? Toni? Tokyo, Toni? Tell her come to class. She needs a DV lesson. Yeah. Since she online, talking reckless, doing reckless things. Really, Granny? We need to know how you perform. Tell her to come to class. Tag her. Toni, whatever her name is, Tokyo, both, whatever. Tell her to come to class. Yeah. Tag the DC area. Yeah, tag them all. Everybody from DC, come on in here. And tag y'all fake ass cops. I'm trying to figure out what that was about. What they call them? SPO, Special Police Officer. Tag them. Tag DC. Tell them to come to class. We need to figure this out. What's really going on? Yeah. And while you at it, tag Detroit. Yes, Detroit. Yeah, D-Town. Come on, Detroit. We got to figure something out. How come y'all elders is getting beat on? Yeah. So tag Detroit. Yeah, I don't care. 6 mile, 7 mile, 8 mile. I wouldn't give a damn what mile, east side, north side. Tag Detroit. And Kiana Danae Sanders. Tag her ass too, because she going to jail. And tag yourselves. We need to see who's up in class today. Who made it to class? Man. Who? Charles is in class first in line. What up? Terrell? Okay, Terrell Williams and Tierra Green, the first three in their seats with they little... Yeah. Tierra... T. I don't know about y'all, but they telling us they evacuating the Jersey Shore, so be careful out there. Okay? Don't let your little tires get all burnt up. Alright? Be on point. Ken Williams, what's going on? Bushhead, what up? Cool K King. Oh, fake ass chef in the building. We see you. Lovely lady. What's going on? Bernie, what up? Bernie, Philip, boom, what up? Yeah, we see you. Bionic Prince, what's going on? Moo. Yeah, Moo, you up in here? No doubt. Let's go CB. Big Colorado. What's going on? Kenny, Unholy Grail, what up? Geechee, Threefold, what up, Geechee? Uh-oh. Philly in the building. WMH Radio Show, what's going on? What's going on? Andrea Jones is up in here, what's going on? Yeah, who? Benjamin? Benjamin? Peace and power, Bliz. Watch you all the time. First time tapping in. I know I got a couple of nickels. Yeah, you got more than a couple of nickels, man. Yeah, you might have a 45. Well, we like to see that you're in here, Benjamin. No doubt. Okay? Yeah. Jean, Alain, KMU. Canada's in the building. First responders is in the building. We see you. Running around with Bodie in the station and all that. Keep saving lives. We see you. The great North Country. What's going on? Mecca, we see you. What up, Mecca T? What up? Yeah. Ronnie, Morning Cafe, 55. 55. Marley Ma. What up? Yeah, Mike Nice, we see you. Yeah, Mo, what up? Yeah, Yeah, y'all deep up in there. That's right, Detroit. Come on through. Beats by Drea. Beats by Drea? Shit, send me something. I need to hear that. I ain't hear a female producer in a minute. Yeah, what's going on, brother Tadashi? Tyrone backyard again. In the house. What's going on? Critical. Critical. You want justice for who? Yeah, we see you. He got his justice already. Yeah, he got his justice already. Yeah. We gonna take care of that. Don't worry about that. Uh-huh. Alex. Yeah, okay. Molly, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, what up, John? We see you. Yeah, Zelda Johnson is in the building. Much appreciation for the super chat. We see you. What's going on? Construction Site Media TV. Yeah, we see you. Uh-huh. Okay. 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 Yeah, no doubt. Alex, good. Thank you for coming up in the spotty spot. No doubt. Mark Milliner, what up? PJ Allen, what up? Yeah, everybody's up in the spotty spot tonight. That's what we talking about. We gonna get right to it. Man, hold on. Man, hold on. There's some regulars that's been missing class. Make sure, T, if they ain't in here, make sure they on the 55 list. I even see some classroom assistants that's late and missing in action. Mm-hmm. We'll get to them. First and foremost, man, we not even gonna beat around the bush. Everybody. Mm-hmm. Oh, Raw Talk, your ass got a 35. Raw Talk, real deal, 35. Listen, everybody doing it. I came, I looked, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Everybody talking about Shannon Sharpe. I looked on YouTube and I'm like, hold on. Everybody doing numbers tonight? I see YouTube spaces that haven't, and I'm saying have not had numbers in a minute. You understand what I'm saying? What's up, Deborah? A good minute. I'm looking at who? Boyce Watkins. He done had 3 people on hosting. He done had 4 people on hosting. All this week, they've been coming on twice, 3 times. They ain't had more than 60 people in the building. I looked tonight, he got 450. I'm like, ooh, yeah. Everybody, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody is going live. Everybody talking about the Shannon Sharpe. Yeah. Because that's what this is becoming now. Do you see? Mass media puts something out. Mass media stamps it. It used to be the Associated Press. Associated Press then took a back seat to social media, and whoever is the one or the ones that are pushing these algorithms through. So now everybody jump on the same shit, and I make an attempt not to. But I had to go in on this the way we do in class because, again, there's some things that I specifically want to know about that they not getting to. They not getting to the heart of it. They not getting to the heart of it. And I'm trying to figure out why. Okay? Yeah. We see you, brown girl. What's going on? Yeah. Decent little bucket hat, huh? I appreciate that. You was waiting for our take on this, Deborah? Well, you know I'll take. First of all, I told you, I believe Shannon and Miss Netta are one and the same person. That's just me. Now I know everybody is talking and yo, Bliz, you playing, you capping. I'm dead serious. I think they're one. If they're not one physically, they're definitely one mentally and in the heart. Okay, so I already told y'all, it's no, no, no. You dig what I'm saying? Playing when it comes to that. I think the boy got some sweetness. I really do. But people are letting him live. Okay? I also told you that he was definitely in the whip and in close proximity and alignment for some humiliation. Okay? So, I'm not surprised or taken aback by anything that has happened. However, there's one particular statement that came out in all this that I have to get to the heart. I gotta get to the heart of it, you know? And I like to definitely thank a couple of my classmates, y'all classmates, who at the last second just sent me some more little text and info, because you know me, I'm not going through all of the information from all of the other spaces, right? So there was another text that I missed in the allegation of this. But again, I'm not surprised if this is some type of shakedown, like he said. This is a shakedown. Yeah, this is a shakedown. Nah, nigga, this ain't no shakedown. It ain't no shakedown. Okay? It's not. It's just getting caught up in the trappings of social media, of technology. Okay? Now, y'all know what happened. As soon as he mentioned that they, well, not him specifically, but as soon as news got out that he was, getting ready to ink $100 million networking deal, just like clockwork. Yeah, them peoples come out. Now, there's been allegations before. Okay? There have been allegations before. So we don't know, or well, we can't act like that we don't know what's up with all these individuals. I told you, once they get high visibility and they get to that supposed bag, or they gain these large numbers that put them in the space and facing all of us and others, they got to be extra careful. They got to toe the line, okay? Yeah, definitely Big Colorado. It was allegations. Okay? Now, let's go. Let's get to what he said. We know what they saying. We know what she said. We know what this creepy ass attorney that she got, who has been proven to be less than credible in the past. We already know what they say. Allegations of abuse. All right, somebody who's been in a relationship with for a decent period of time. Definitely adults. She's not a minor. But the allegations came out and the internet went wild. Now, he responded to it rather quickly by releasing text messages and then today a video. Let's get to the notes, okay? Shannon Sharpe's legal team has released alleged text messages between the NFL legend and the woman who has accused him of scraping, revealing X-rated missives she sent him before the $50 million lawsuit was filed. The sexually explicit messages included the woman allegedly telling Sharpe that she wants him to, quote unquote, put a dog collar around my neck and, quote unquote, tie me up and do bad things to me. The former Denver Broncos defense lawyer also named the plaintiff, who the legal papers identify only as Jane Doe. So her team didn't out her. Shannon legal team outed her, put her name out there, and as you can see in the thumbnail, nothing special. And I want y'all to keep that right here. Keep it right here, okay? Because we're talking about somebody who is NFL champion. He has a ring. A lot of good stats from the NFL. Hall of Famer, commentator. You understand what I'm saying? Commentator, his own brand, right? Large, big, put together, melanated. And this was troubling for me, that they get these cave dwellers, these old fays, these scraggly little, like, how you get caught up with that anyway? This is somebody, again, this wasn't on a drunk night. This is somebody who was in a relationship with, okay? In a relationship with. And I'm scratching my head. Like, y'all got all this dough, all this notoriety, and you don't ever have the black woman from the hood, the black woman from corporate America, the black, the black peer, another sports commentator. Never. And I want y'all to keep that in mind, so you know that these things are not happenstance, that this is a pattern, and this is very, very purposeful and intentional. Happened to Cosby, happened to Tiger Woods, it happened to Jordan, it happened to Kobe. It happens all the time, and there has to be a question in your head: why the Ophi? Why Becky? Amy? Why? And they not the type of enslavers like Coco, Ice-T. They never look like that, right? He can't be the only one that caught something that is half, well, not half, maybe a quarter decent. With all of the women on the planet, these very wealthy, well, getting to the bag dudes always get caught up with this little scraggly piece. So it makes you wonder what these scraggly pieces are actually doing with or to these men. Now, Sharpe's attorney said in a statement that the text messages clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. Okay? Graphic requests. Now, people who are on social media, I don't care if you got 400,000 subscribers and followers, I don't care if you got 20. You are a public entity. You're in the face of the public. You're going to attract whoever may be, right, attracted to you on a regular basis. You're going to get all type of DMs, messengers, emails. You're going to get them. That's just how it is. Some people don't even have to be public. Really. You could just be chilling and you're going to catch somebody's eye and they're going to do it. Now, whether you entertain it or not is one thing. Okay? Your response is what sets the pace. Okay? Your response is what sets the pace. And then, okay, once you move into a space now, because we don't know how he met this individual. Okay? We don't. We don't know how he met this individual, but they got together and had this relationship. And the text messages are scattered. They're definitely editing them from Shannon's defense team, just like Shannon and his defense team is claiming, okay, that the audios and the videos are edited. Okay? We know that. So the text messages that he's been releasing are edited, and you can see the timestamps on it. Now, the civil action filed in Nevada state court alleged that Sharpe committed SA against the accuser near the end of 2024 and the start of 2025. It added that the crime was committed during a rocky, consensual relationship that lasted for about 2 years. The papers accused Sharpe of threatening to unalive the woman, manipulating and controlling her, and repeatedly threatening to, quote unquote, these are his words, brutally choke her and violently slap her. Now, I read some of the texts, and again, could be true. 2 years is a long time to have a relationship with somebody that is controlling, threatening, abusive. It's a long time. You got to keep going back. You got to keep going back. Nowhere in it has she said that she couldn't leave him alone. She was living with him. He had her trapped. He controlled her purse strings. None of that. So 2 years going back and forth is going to have us question some things. And again, we are not going to act like we don't know how this shit move in grip again. Okay? We're not going to do that. Now, contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual relations continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted from a text message to Mr. Sharpe. The shocking exchanges between Sharpe and his accuser date back to November 2023. CC, what's good? Now, everybody is focusing in on certain parts and certain text messages, right? the kinky stuff, like she said, 25,000 per hiney cheek, the dog collar and all this other weirdness. But there's something in here that is very, very questionable to me. Okay? Now, here we go. Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever you want to me, read one of the messages that Jane Doe allegedly sent to him. Okay? Then two of the alleged texts from her to Shannon included her request that he put a big black baby in me. So that's racial, right? So that is weird, okay? However, and this is very graphic, and I'm trying to figure this one out. Well, really, I'm not figuring that out. I know what's up. This is one of her text messages to Mr. Shannon, Ms. Netta Sharpe. Jane Doe, which has been named already, okay? This is where we at with it. This is, now, this is what she's saying to Shannon in a text. I want to put my tongue in your gripper and then marry you. Now, she didn't use gripper. She said a hole. Now, when, and Deborah, Andrea, y'all could ooh, yuck, ill, and all that all you want. This isn't an old faith issue. This isn't an old faith only thing. We're going to stop that. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of melanated sister girls that love having their moment. Okay? So all that, be easy. It's a lot of them. Okay? And it ain't new. I'm just saying, for her to text him that, I'm saying, this woman who's supposed to be in this volatile back and forth relations with this man had the courage to text him that. So that means at some point that was a conversation or an exercise, an activity. Because right, Fishbowl, and then marry you. Because maybe that was a prerequisite for marriage. Maybe in their other discussions and texts and, intimacies, he made it be known that I would never marry somebody who wouldn't do that for me. This is what people are trying to leave out, because it's not ironic to me that you don't find that, in what's being put out there. Now, it happened to have been left out of the current news articles of today, okay? But I remember seeing it the other day. So I said, yo, hold on, wait a minute, sir. Wearing a merce, tight jeans, and always with the fellas. And remember, a woman can't leave no toothbrush, keys, or nothing overnight at your crib. This is the claim. But the fellas could come. You show up parading with the dudes a lot. So if she had the courage to say, I want to put my tongue in your gripper, and then marry you, this little scraggly old fay. Now you telling me something, sir. You telling me something, sir. Because that's just not, you might just gonna say that to nobody else. What is he, 6'4", 6'5", 270, strong? You know, ain't no little frail old thing gonna say that in text. Unless y'all was in that mode numerous times. Okay? Again, it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is when it comes to people. Okay? J Boog, what's going on, J Boogie? Much appreciation for the super chat. Yeah. Shannon. Again, you got the Shannons, you got the Puffsters, man, you got the Stephen A's, you got a lot of these individuals. The Lenny Kravitz in them that I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised. The Jamie Foxxes, the Tanks, all these dudes, I'm telling y'all, they go to Grippergate, they be at these functions, they deal with these type of females. There's a reason for it. Yes, Deborah, there's a reason because they can't deal with Shameka and Tamika and no, they can't deal with them and risk them going to the hood to clown them for what they enjoy. You understand? I mean, we're not going to act like, again, because y'all could ill, yuck, Atlanta. I'm so certain that many of them in Atlanta give it up just like that. You can't tell me a Gucci man wife not doing that to him because shit, the dude Kevin Gates said it all the time. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. Yes, Grippergate. It's a whole lot of action. Louisiana, Atlanta, yeah, Kentucky, and all that. Yeah, it's going down. So it ain't the only these old faiths, but for some reason, these dudes with the bag are utilizing them, believing that they're going to be quiet. And most times they are. But for whatever reason, this run, man, he fell into a bad one. Now, it could be a shakedown like they saying, you know, especially the abuse. But, man, before we came on live, I got a DM from one of the men in the class, and he said the other text messages start running, and the chick is claiming, yo, I cried all night because I asked you not to, and you still ran through my grippers. And I'm in pain. I asked you not to. I said no, and you took the grippers. These are all the allegations that's coming out in these text messages back and forth. And he had to know this was coming. All of them know it's coming because they're in that pocket. They're in that pocket. Okay? Huh? Don't leave out Trick Daddy. Oh, okay, I won't leave him out. Yeah, well, again, yeah, he said he like it done and he do it. It's back. Again, to each his own. And there's really no shame in that for those individuals who enjoy it. I'm just wanting to make sure that y'all are not going to sit, because we deal with truth. I'm not going to ever let y'all believe that that's only an old faith thing. But I'm just saying that she made that specific and then added and then marry you, which for me means that that was a conversation. That was a prerequisite that he said that, man, listen, whoever be with me has to do that. And all of a sudden now it's being left out. All of a sudden, when you are doing, internet search, it's being scrubbed. Nah, don't scrub that, because that's important. That is showing the levels of intimacy between them two. So how did it shift, and where did it go wrong? You understand? We already heard what he said, that he got to take them pills, and he only got 1 round in him. Even after the pills, that he's very graphic and expressive when it comes to sharing on his podcast and live and all that. So this shit here, come on. For me, really ain't about nothing. It's not. Because this is what the OFA do. And it always has some type of gripper thing around it. Remember that Colorado shit with Kobe? That's what it was. Y'all don't forget that, right? That young girl said he busted grippers and had the DNA to prove it. It wasn't just that that was gripper action. Y'all do know that. Okay? That's what it was. Okay? So now Jane Doe's attorney released the audio Tuesday and retaliated by accusing the NFL great and popular podcast host, legal counsel, of lying about the woman and misrepresenting the salacious text messages. Those things are not misrepresented. Like I said, it's timestamps and all that. She talking about eating the grippers. So now I'm trying to see, because we know it's not criminal. It's not a criminal case. It's another civil case. Another civil case that they going at him with, that they go at everybody with, and it's so easy for them to do it because these dudes consistently rock with the OFA. Because this is a order, for lack of a better word. This is an order. No, you can't deal with these women from your background. You can't deal with black women. Why? Because black women going to do something with that bread. I don't give a what he paying out. That bread is going to circulate. Whether he dealing with just that black woman and her kids and her family and her community, or he's dealing with several. It circulates, and they can't have that. That's why it's always these OFAs. Like, what? And if they are dealing with some other melanated person, whether it's a black woman that got the bag and she's doing her thing and there are people that's in the whip too, that they're in gripper gate too. You will never see somebody of that status and in that limelight, in that audience, ever deal with somebody who's not. Doesn't happen. You can't find one. They all in it. All in it. I thought Ludacris had it because he had this doctor chick. No. They're all in it. they're going to push them into one or more areas of the industry of celebrity. They're going to force that on them. No, you got to be part of this here. That's where the humiliation rituals come in at. That's when the crimes come. That's when all that stuff, because they have to do it. Those are initiations to make sure that you stay here and that this bread stay here. You can't show me a couple where one is all the way up in it and the other isn't. Doesn't work like that. All of them. Denzel, his melanated wife, she's an actress. Sam Jackson, his wife, she's an actress. They're in it, okay? Or if you cross industries, sports and Hollywood, music and sports, they're all in it. The men who are not attached to a melanated woman and deal with the old phase, sooner or later he's going down. Okay? Sooner or later he's going down. That's how it is. And if you don't see them with the opposite sex, they propagate. So they all the way toe up. All the way in. All the way in. So I'm trying to figure out why did they allow that particular text message to be front and center for the first day, first maybe 12 hours. Because that is graphic even for conventional media, for broadcast media, for journalistic. This is what she said to him, I want to put my tongue in your gripper and then marry you. That's pretty straightforward. And there was nothing after. He didn't say, yo, what you talking about woman? You know how he talk. What you talking about, woman? No, he ain't text none of that. None of that. He ain't text that. He looked at that and was like, yeah. Yeah, that's why I said, don't call me no damn unk. Y'all call him that? Nah. He's like, yo, that's what she said. She won't marry me. So, yeah. So she probably devoured old Shannon. Yes. On many an occasion. Many an occasion. So y'all have to know that. This way, when someone else is viral, when someone else from out of nowhere starts moving up and you start seeing less and less of these other individuals and their bags are not as heavy and their audiences are not as large, look at this individual, make sure that the information that they putting out, yeah. Ask yourself why they doing it, how they get up there. Huh? Definitely, y'all. Definitely. Trying to prove that. Yeah. Ain't no woman gonna say that. I don't care. I keep telling you, I have associates in the porn industry. Some of the most beautiful women in the world as far as inside. Beautiful. And I'm telling you, that's not, what? You're not telling no man you gonna do that. You're not gonna tell that. Nah, you're not telling no man you're gonna, and then marry him. So that means you're that comfortable. And you know him. And you know him. Yeah. So old Shannon liked that. The thing is, if she was comfortable enough to say that, knowing that that's what he like? What about when women ain't around? Because we haven't seen him with no women. We always see him with the fella. Not the fellas, a fella, the fella. Whether it's his stylist or camera person. So if he liking people to put their mouth on his grippers and these men that's around him is questionable, damn, oh Shannon, man, sir, straighten it out now. Straighten it out. We don't need to hear no more of your business like this. Okay? Yeah. But he isn't the first, and he won't be the last. Should we go back? Because a lot of y'all are young. You know, I got a mixed class here. I got some youngins. I got some peers. I got an elder, few up in here. Y'all don't remember old Marv Albert? Huh? Y'all don't remember old Marv Albert and his case? Yeah, yeah. Commentators. See, y'all only thought that hip-hop artists had Grippergate going on. Y'all only thought the actresses. We telling you, anybody that's A-list got Grippergate in them. Okay? Oh, Marv Albert. Marv Albert was accused of essaying a 42-year-old woman in 1997. The woman accused Albert of throwing her onto a bed, biting her, then forcing her to perform OS on him after a February 12, 1997 argument in his Pentagon City hotel room. DNA testing linked Albert to genetic material taken from the bite marks and from semen in her underwear. Okay? During the trial, another woman, Patricia Madsden, testified that Albert had bitten her on 2 separate occasions in Miami in 1993 and in Dallas in 1994, which she viewed as unwanted as advances. Madsen, a VIP liaison for Hyatt Hotels, claimed that Albert called her to help him send a fax from his Dallas hotel room where she found him wearing white panties and garter belt. He had on white panty drawers and a garter belt. Grown-ass man. Albert's defense team said that the judge blocked most of what they wanted to bring the trial in Albert's defense, prompting them to accept the plea deal from the prosecutors. Albert pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault and battery charges, while a felony charge of forcible sodomy was dropped. He was given a 12-month suspended sentence. The conviction was expunged from his record a year later, in accordance with the terms of sentencing. In an interview with Barbara Walters, he maintained that his accuser had requested that he bite her. Really, son? She requested that? Really? Albert maintained that his accuser had requested he bite her. He also denied her accusation that he had requested she bring another man into their sexual affair. Grippergate, 1997. So to y'all youngins that's on my platform, this is not nothing new. I'm telling you, Grippergate been in effect. Hollywood, Black Hollywood, TV, broadcast, news, whatever, when you have the ability to reach millions of people with your voice, with your image, with your creativity, you in it. You done took an oath. You done took money. And you better walk that line or they're going to let out everything that you've been doing. And to us, it seems weird and off. But to them that's in there and in the industry, they know what's going on. They've been doing it for the longest. And that's when they know that those dudes went disaccording to something. Old Marv Albert is in panty drawers and a garter belt biting on women. You know how hard he had to bite for a woman to say, come on, man, and go to the authorities? Man. Old skinny, old narrow ass Marv Albert in some panty drawers and a garter belt in front of a woman. Come on, man. So then you have to ask yourself, what do these black men want? Amar Rashad, you with the Ofe, you left Felicia for a weird old Ofe. What are these Karens and Beckys doing to these dudes? Okay? These are men with dollars and y'all black women say, well, where all the men at? Why are we not never near these men with the bags? And because they protected, they shielded. They shielded. That's not an accident. You think it's an accident that you never see any of these men? You never see them. And you figure, oh, because they're stars and they're high profile figures? Hell no. You don't see them because they got them little Amy's and Sharon's dead up in these men grippers, tearing their soul out. Come on now. You can't sit there, huh? You can't sit there and think otherwise. She's giving it to you right here. So now them passport brothers, okay? Those dudes that come online and spit that, just say that, I don't deal with black women. I'll never deal with black women. You think it's just because they don't want to, that they can't relate to? No. They've been touched by an old face. Just like the TV show Touched by an Angel, old Della Reese, you're touched by an angel. No, they've been touched by an old face. And they know that they are nervous to ask somebody that they look like, somebody that, you know, they seen, and they auntie friends or they sister friends. You know what I'm saying? They grew up with their classmates, their first girlfriends in college, girls and stuff. They scared and timid to ask them girls, can you do that thing around my gripper? They scared. But they know them old face do that without being asked. They a different type of demon. So if the men got any type of high king, they got to be around them. They got to be around them. Yeah, Mark, you like that? Yeah, touched by an old face. That's what, yeah. They get their hands on you. It's a problem. It's a problem. For most, it's a problem. Now, some, I know a lot of, now on the flip side, I know a lot of brothers that do them dirty. Do them dirty. I'm telling you, good, men, gentlemen of leisure, if you know what I'm talking about. They do them dirty. They know how to be around them. But not these athletes and stuff like that. It's a different ball game. Very different. So y'all keep that in mind. Next time y'all hearing it, it's on somebody else's YouTube. Y'all reading about it. The lawsuit get legs, whether it get dropped or not. At this point, I think it's bullshit. I think it's going to get dropped. I think they just wanted to play him so he could stop saying that, you know, he's all the way straight. They want him to claim the community. They want him to claim Roy G. Biv. And he didn't do it. He tried to set things in motion to make us believe that he's all the way. No. They said, you're going to stop playing. You getting ready to get this 100 mil? Stop playing. Let it be known that you a little loose, you a little moist around the grippers. Okay? You're going to let it be known. Stop playing. We're not giving you... You ever seen any straight man that's not bringing bread? I'm talking about he ain't bringing that bread. No, they not doing that. Y'all know it's too many. Right now, there's only 115, 120 people in here. You know how many other people are alive right now? They are alive right now with 2,000 over here, with 400 over here. Some people, one of the big programs on YouTube right now, they may be having 10, 12,000 in their live. So no one is guaranteed to bring big numbers. You think they gonna give a straight black man 100 million and he not filling arenas? He not selling thousands and millions of records? Why him? Them interviews are not catered to the Ofe or a wider audience. Don't no Ofes care about no Cap Williams, don't care about no Terrence Howard, no Bobby Brown, nothing. They don't care about that. That's not generating enough dough, and we are fickle. It's like y'all gonna come and watch me. If I cut this off right now, y'all gonna go watch somebody else. Just that simple. Just that simple. I'm telling you. So they not giving him, or wasn't prepared to give him 100 million for nothing. No. And he wouldn't claim it. He wouldn't say, you know, sometimes, you know, I like to be with a little, you know, sometimes I got, you know, I like a little masculine energy around me. You know that. You know that, Skip. I like a lot of masculine energy. No, he wouldn't say it. He wouldn't imply it. None of that. He just wouldn't do it. So what did they do? Okay. We got to show the world that he liked to have his gripper played with. Okay? And that's what this is about. That's all this was about. You know what I'm saying? But just keep your eye and your clean ears, you know, open. All right? Now, we'll be going now. Got rid of him. Yeah, because look at this. It's already after 12. I do want to talk real quickly about this disturbing case that's coming out of Detroit. And again, I know what they talk when they talk about our young people, when they talk about where we are as a people. Certain cases just, you know, it just boggles the mind, man. And when you have people who are so disrespectful, so disgusting to us as a nation and as a community, yo, if the streets are not going to deal with them accordingly because they've been raised in a certain way or not been raised, they have adopted certain ideas and visions of who they are and how we move as a people that they can pluck, fight, you know what I'm saying? our elders, yeah, yeah, if the streets ain't going to deal with them accordingly, then they need to go to jail. Straight up, they need to go to jail. 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 Because at a certain point, that will straighten them up. When you doing shit to kids and elders, and the streets is not addressing it, then you need the streets of the concrete and bars. So in Detroit, again, the home of the worst baddies, the fighting in the street, home of the I may look a certain way because I got on this wig and these eyelashes, but I'm a rough customer. That shit, yeah. In the home of the D, a 23-year-old woman is facing felony charge after allegedly beating a woman in her 70s with a brick during a violent attack outside the victim's home. Kiana Danae Sanders was arraigned on April 22nd, 2025, and charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder. Okay? Okay? According to prosecutors, the attack began over a dispute involving the victim's granddaughter, who had reportedly given out someone's phone number. Sanders and another woman allegedly went to the victim's home. While there, one of the women is accused of firing a shot at the house while people, including children, were inside. Excuse me. Sanders is accused of walking up to the front door and attacking the woman with a brick. The victim, who's in her 70s, not the suspect's grandmother, suffered a black eye, facial swelling, a bruised lip, and trouble breathing. Prosecutor says Sanders returned to the home a second time after the initial attack. They also said Sanders later posted on social media allegedly bragging about beating the woman. Yeah. And while she was getting arraigned and in court, she's busy scratching her little dirty wig, patting her head, and not caring. Cool. When they don't care, then it is up to us as a community to allow the old faith to do what they will do with them. Now, she got a relatively low bail, $50,000, so I'm sure she should be out, right? She should have somebody who has some type of care and concern for her. But if not, she's definitely going to tell, she's going to rat on this other friend who licked shots. Because that's the one that's going to get reckless endangerment of children, firing a weapon, this, that, and the third. So she's facing some time. She's facing some time. So, this one here that's trying to play cute and tough, that's one thing that irks the shit out of me. You talking about somebody who has consistently been in courtrooms in front of people, and for people who don't have a pattern of going back and forth and really acting like, oh, this ain't nothing. Those are the ones that you want to see after they get sentenced in about maybe 6 weeks of being incarcerated. Those are the ones. So I don't really want her to do no large numbers for that bullshit, but she needs to spend some time up in there. She do. And again, there's no guarantee that in her ignorance, she's going to understand the ramifications of her actions and what she did. Because It might not be a front. She might really not care. She might be scratching her little wig and patting her head and like, yo, what, excuse me, whatever happened is gonna happen. She might be that way. And if she is, cool. But somebody needs to love on this 70-year-old and on the kids that witnessed it and let them know that that's not how we should be in our own community over something as trivial as somebody passing somebody's number. Okay? Maybe New Ever Detroit need to see what's up with this little girl and who raised her. And I need to stop calling her a little girl because she's 23. She's 5 years removed from shit, going into the service, being a cop, doing anything. 23? Yeah, you old enough. You old enough to have known much better than that. You're an adult. So your ass, yeah, you might need to sit down for a little minute. What up, C Bliz? My sniper? Yeah, yeah. You need to sit down for a little while. What's her name again? What's this child name again? Kiana. Yeah, you like beating elders with a brick? No doubt. No doubt. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, sit her down somewhere. Yeah, sit her down. So, Detroit, I got some explaining to do, Detroit. Yeah. Now, only because one of my people sent me the video, am I going to discuss this? Because this is going to be problematic. Yeah, brown girl, the D is wild, but so is Fayetteville, so is Memphis, so is St. Louis, so is the Bronx. All people are wild, and wild for nothing. Wild for nothing, because y'all ain't busting no old phase upside the head with all this extra wildness, with all these wild things we see going on in every city, in every state. When it comes to us, you have never seen such low numbers when it comes to black on white crime. These got to be the lowest numbers ever. The lowest. But y'all quick to keep doing it to each other on a regular basis. On a regular basis. Now, you can say what you want about white on white crime and their numbers. I ain't concerned with them and what the hell they do to each other. They've been doing that to each other for millennia. I don't care. Julius Caesar, Caligula, and all that shit, they've been tearing each other grippers out, scraping each other. They've been doing that. They've been doing it. Got it in their spiritual books and all that. The pious man of God. You know, whoever is the most pious can get cherub, little angels as gifts and play. Come on, man. All this little weird stuff. They've been doing that, so that ain't my concern. My concern is why y'all wilding out on each other to this degree in this day and time. No. So, yep, that baddie bad girl's attitude got him in Detroit. Y'all pounding on elders? Okay. Now, this other clip, a video that was sent to me, not really disturbing, but I wanted to speak on it because, as always, when we have these teachable moments in class, through what you guys send me and or what I find on my own, it's always in alignment with our liberation. Now, with all the talks of the hip-hop dudes and the street dudes that's consistently ratting and telling on each other, oh my goodness, I always tell you Now, ratting telling is a selfish trait. It's a trait where you are throwing somebody under the gun because you believe that somebody else has power and authority over you. And it's going to get sticky. So if you got somebody in authority and you acknowledging them that as that, then it's going to be bad. But ratting and snitching isn't only in that space. So people keep getting it wrong. Oh, civilians can't rat on this and that. And no, a rat is a rat. Anybody who's going to give you up to authority, okay, excuse me, is a snitch, is a rat. Especially if the authorities is law enforcement in the U.S. government. So now I got a video rather, of this group that I never heard of in D.C. You know, many others might have, but I never heard of no SPO. Like, what the hell is that? So I had to look it up. In the video, guess the young dudes is trying to go live. So they going live. Well, they are live, not trying to, but they're attempting to get 3,000 people on their live. So they must be somebody. I don't know who they are. So dude is like, yo, we got to get to 3,000, got to get to 3,000, got to get to 3,000. All of a sudden, he getting cuffed up. And his man is standing there with the red cup, looking. They're in shock, surprise. They getting cuffed up, another one getting cuffed up, but they're getting cuffed up by black melanated officers. So I'm like, damn, what did they do? There were so many questions for me. What did they do? But look at these individuals who we speak about all the time. These punk-ass melanated people arrested, putting cuffs on these individuals for seemingly nothing. Now, I don't know what they did or what they was going to do, whatever, if they had warrants or any of that, but I do know that black men and women in uniform with guns and cuffs is always going to be problematic because that allows you to see where their head at. They not trying to service the community, protect the community. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because police departments in itself is not there for that. They're there to protect property and the interests of the capitalists that are trying to pull resources from these living areas. Nobody there to protect no community. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because protecting the community, that's not difficult at all. Not at all. Because less than 1% of the community is doing crime. Most of the people in the community are trying to maintain their employment, seek other employment in school, or are relying on a system to some degree. Okay? You dig what I'm saying? Well, let me tell you this, Leland, because you must be law enforcement, since you feel in such a ways about people robbing people is protecting community or guessing, right? You know, because it sure enough hit you in the heart. You understand what I'm saying? It hit you in your soul. So you must be, you must be on some kick-ass shit. You must have your uniform and your cape. And you must be out there protecting the community from the robbers. If not, just sit back in your little home or your house or wherever the hell you watching and get the lesson. Get the lesson. Don't come in here talking about guessing who's robbing people, because if you see it and you know it and you ain't doing nothing about it, you, sir, are ass. Okay? Yeah, ass. if you worrying about people robbing and you not doing nothing. Okay? Okay. Sit back and get this lesson. Yeah. Because we solution-based over here. We don't just talk. We get busy over here. And should you ever want to question my track record, you're welcome to come to NYCHA, New York City Housing Authority, Penn Workman Houses, and check me out. Clowns. People robbing the community. So what the hell are you doing? If you not with a group like New Era Detroit or Man Up or whoever, wherever you at in your prospective city and state, shut your ass up. Okay? Okay, let's go. So now, I had to look up what are SPOs in DC. What are special police officers? As a special police officer, you provide safety and security services for an assigned area or company. An assigned area or company. Company, protecting property. Companies, corporations, okay? Providing service, safety and security for an area or company, not people. You hear me? Not people. You may work as an auxiliary police officer for the police force to provide support for full-time officers. Or you may work in a fire police or company police unit. Federal buildings such as the Navy Yard in Washington, D.C., hospitals, universities, campuses, and museums, just to name a few, often rely on special police officers to keep the peace. Really? So in essence, they ain't nobody, but they're performing as police. Okay, let's continue. Your job duties are similar to those of other law enforcement officials. You may direct traffic, make traffic stops, conduct investigations, and make arrests. This is the shit in DC. But it's not only in DC. Yeah, they got them in various other states and cities. So I'm like, special police? What is this? Superheroes? Yeah. Depending where you work, you may or may not carry a firearm. So now these are the dudes, because I did see one of the women and one of the men that was locking these brothers up with that thing on their hip. So I was questioning, like, yo, if they not regular DC police, who are they? What is a special police in DC? The term special police officer, SPO, is any person who is commissioned which have been approved pursuant to this act and who may be authorized to carry a weapon. Tell them about the gun line, boss. Tell them about the gun line, boss. Yeah. Okay. They are privately commissioned police officers with full arrest powers within an area or premises which the officer has been employed to protect. So you got these doges, because that's what they are. If they're not saying all of them have weapons and all of them are, because what is the difference between them and DC police? There's something there that they haven't been trained on. There's something there that they haven't been entrusted with. But they may have a firearm. So these are people running through what? The projects? picking up and arresting other people doing the work of the oppressor. Now, these dudes wasn't doing anything in this particular video. Maybe I didn't see no open carry bottles or nothing. I seen cups, and these dudes was live. Okay? Responsibilities: protect personnel and property in a professional manner. Meet and deal tactfully and politely with general public. Effectively and efficiently screen and process visitors. Conduct internal and external roving foot patrols, direct traffic, have ability to maintain excellent rapport. I'm like, what? Ability, let's keep it moving, to maintain an excellent rapport and detection rate on an x-ray machine, detect and respond to alarms and emergencies, secure entrances and exits during emergencies, control key and lock combinations. What the hell is this? This ain't police work. What are these black melanated people doing in DC? Huh? Communicate and remain accessible via two-way radio or company-issued cellular phones. They're weaponizing melanated people against melanated people. But yet they don't have full union benefits, authority to really do criminal work, investigating criminal work. What are they? What are they? Rats in the hood. Okay, understand and comply with all requirements defined within company documents to include posting general orders, plans, policies, procedures. Observe and report all offenses, incidents. Perform reporting on utility systems. Provide first aid, CPR, and assist during emergencies as necessary. What is this? So use a super doja. But for what and for who? Do you work for the city? Are you working for the state? Are you working for the housing projects? Who do you work for? And how does that liberate us? Okay? You must be able to wear protective body armor as a part of the duty uniform. That's why they had on vests. Okay? Maintain mandated training requirements in accordance with company guidelines. Maintain physical fitness, agility requirements, and weapons qualifications. So they sending these people to the range. They got them out there as a go-between. Use a doja. For whom and what? What service are you providing for the community? For real, for real. And who the hell are you? That one day you're going to say, this is what I want to do. Because if that's the case, go be police. What is this special shit? This deputizing black folk in communities. That's what they believe we need? Come on now. Come on now. Support safety programs, participate in quality and process improvement programs, perform other duties as assigned. Come on, man. This shit is crazy. But these are the people that they're going to send at nonprofits that are in or out of alignment with government standards, with grassroots organizations. These are the people they're going to send. These are the people that they're going to send when they can't get into that spot. We believe there's activity going on in there. Okay, send SPO up in there first. These are the rats. Oh, that church is not, doing what need to be done. These are the people that go in there and bust up the church, the congregation, or give tickets to every parked car around the church. This is the shit they weaponizing black folk against black folk so you don't trust one another. Okay? Special police usually describes a police force or unit within a police force whose duties and responsibilities are significantly different from other forces in the same country or from other police in the same force, although there is no consistent international definition for special police. A special constable, in most cases, is not a member of a special police force. In countries in the Commonwealth of Nations and often elsewhere, a special constable is a voluntary or part-time member of a national or local police force or a person involved in law enforcement who is not a police officer but has some of the powers of a police officer. So what are the powers that you have and you don't have? You would have to go through there to find out. And these individuals know what they can and can't do and who they should do it to. Okay? That's deep. Some states such as Maryland, New York, and the District of Columbia grant full state police peace officer authority to SPOs for use in whatever area they are employed to protect. They can make traffic stops in their jurisdiction if they have an accredited training. They are also permitted to conduct traffic control and investigations pertaining to the area protected by them. While a majority of SPOs are armed with a firearm, some states permit the age for the SPO to be 18, while still they cannot carry a sidearm. Ain't this some shit? DC utilizes special police in both the public and private security sectors. Most work for private security companies, although many security offices in Washington, D.C. area also have special police status. Special police are required to be licensed and are appointed by the mayor. So what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? I'm trying to figure out, what are y'all doing, black folk? This is where y'all at with it? I'm confused because I don't see no win here. There's no win. So y'all doing it because what? And for what? You think the outcome is better because these SPOs is running down on people in the projects for bullshit? But by the time they get to the precinct, they may have warrants, they may have charges, they may have all type of shit going on. And instead of you being effective, getting knowledge of self, becoming woke or conscious, and making a true effort to change the community by nurturing the people and giving them specific information and allowing the police to do their job, y'all rocking with the police. This is how are we growing with this? How? Come on now. Come on now. Nah, this ain't right and exact. And that's why we charge the kids. Those young dudes that was out there, and they didn't look that young. And I'm reading in the comments, oh, they need to get a job. What are they doing out there? Ain't they tired of hanging out? This, that, and the third, and all this other wild shit in the comments. But those people that's in the comments and saying it, I guarantee you, never put a program together, never put a doctrine together, never been out there making an attempt to get these people up out of there. I'm serious. Do they have to live where they work? No, I doubt it. I doubt it. That wasn't in the paperwork. Let me see. The requirements. No, pre-assignment training shall include at least 16 hours of training on arrest powers. So you only got 16 hours of training to know what's a legitimate arrest. Search and seizure laws, just 16 hours. And I'm telling you, the criminal procedure law, there are books of it. But you only training them for 16 hours, so they don't even know what law is being broken or not. They don't with 16 hours of training. Okay? Search and seizure laws, the District of Columbia Official Code, and the use of force. Pre-assignment training shall also include 24 hours of training generally related to the special police officers' duties and specifically including terrorism awareness, including building evacuation, unattended packages and unknown substances, emergency procedures, including evacuation of first aid, customer service and interaction with tourists. What tourist is coming to DC? Paradise, southeast, northeast. What tourist is going over there? So you just training these doges to be junior cops to do that type of work. That's it. They don't tell you nothing where they gotta live. None of that. No. They're rats. Simple, plain and simple. But this is what goes on. So now we're trying to build a nation. We're attempting to build a nation. These are the bastards that's going to rat and snitch when you really got to put in work. Damn beating on the elders because somebody gave somebody a phone number. When you got them elder ofays that's kicking people out in the street. Slum landlords and all that. That's where the work need to be put in. These fake ass elected officials, those are the ones who need to be hit with a brick. But you're not taking the time to educate the youth on that. You understand? You getting involved with police, with law enforcement. What is that? They got enough police to do their damn job. Yeah, they do. When they're about to riot and burn that city down, you see armies of officers that where they be at? Where are they at? At any given time on a regular day, where the hell they at? But when it's time for you to burn down them corporation buildings, they out there in riot gear. By the hundreds. So they not available for general police work, protecting and serving, but they there to protect property of the OFAs, right? Property of the wealthy. They don't need y'all black ass in no SPO. You just a rat. That's all you are. Y'all want to be rats. And again, be comfortable in your oppression in the eyes of massa. Because if you are special police, you have the prestige to stop somebody's vehicle. Wow. That's where our people at, though. That's where our people at. And before we go, I want to make sure that you understand why we are sitting where we are sitting in 2025 with so much disunity among us as a people. Again, we what? We 99 minutes in. 99 minutes in. No war efforts. Though you see that SPO, that special, what is it, special police? Shit, let me get it right now. SPO, that job, they get $45,000 to $52,000 a year. That's their salary. All right, that's their salary. So while we sitting here making an attempt to get a few nickels so we can counter that type of activity, it don't come. It don't come. Okay? So again, we're fighting an uphill battle. That's what we're doing. It's comfortable for y'all to allow this structure, the institutions and the systems to employ your own people to lock you up for drinking or playing a little music and being out and about. They getting bread for that, whether they fake ass cops or not. From 45 to 46,000, topping the 52 to 53,000 a year now is a hell of a supplemental income for somebody who's just an armed rat. But then y'all look at us and be like, they'd be all right. Again, when the war horns blow, don't be surprised when you're looking around and you don't have the army of the people. When you don't have that, you have nothing. So I don't want to talk about, yo, what they doing, yo, Trump, yo, the Pope, Elon. I don't, and y'all see, because most of the time when you send it, I don't answer the shit. Because I know you full of shit. You're not ready. You're not. You're not. There has never been any nation, any group of people liberated from their oppressors with nothing, with no funding for an armed force. It never happened. Never happened. It's not. It's not. So they paying these black people in DC. Yeah. Yeah. They paying criminal snitches on a payroll. Yeah. So how can you, with all your consciousness, okay, all your wokeness, how can you how can you combat with that? My good queens and kings and brethren, how can you compete with that? They paying the criminal snitch. Yeah, they get big salaries from the feds. They paying them. The local police pay their snitches. Now you got people who on the job. Because that's what they are. They on the job. They going to roll call. They running around. They got their little vest and their little toy cop shit. And they goddamn pepper spray and tasers. They got all that. And they getting 45 to 50 grand. So where's your army? How do you fund your army? What do you have? What's going on? You can't get liberated like that. Doesn't work like that. At all. So don't say nobody never told you. Okay? This country, as broke as it is, this country with trillions in debt, make sure that the defense budget don't get messed with. Black folk don't know and understand that. Huh? Yeah. So how can you go up against them and you don't have no army? You don't have nothing, no militia, nothing. It won't happen. So don't sit here like you super woke and super conscious of what you gonna do. You ain't gonna do nothing. Nothing. That's like going outside in a blizzard in a snowstorm talking about you getting ready to have a snowball fight. Your ass ain't got no gloves or nothing. How you gonna win? You gonna gather what, 2 or 3 snowballs and then your fucking hands is blowing in your hands? Come on now. Come on now. Don't work like that. Not at all. So So you just leave that in your skull cap, okay? But the main reason why we are not mentally and spiritually engaged the way we need to be when it comes to being liberated is because our women have flipped to the dark side. They have been, okay, in bed with the old phase, in bed with corporations and materialism and stuff like that. And not only have they been doing that for decades, right, especially after the Black Power movement, now, again, hey, our women, our women at a grandma level, where grandma used to be the matriarch to hold a family down, to give proper instruction. You understand? Granny out here talking about how her mouth game is, what her mouth game do. This is Granny 2025 talking about eating box, talking about putting her mouth on another woman and abusive to a young woman. Yeah, this is where we at. This is what is her name? Toni? Tokyo Toni? This is a grandmother. A grandmother. All on social media fighting, slapping and punching. That's DV. That's domestic violence. And I'm trying to figure out what happened. Where the police at? No charges, nothing. She could just pound on a woman. Over what? Over box talk, whether she didn't want to eat it or did eat it or not trying to eat it no more, but that's where we at with it. This is grandma. And now, video has surfaced of her saying, this is what my mouth do. Nobody eat box better than old Toni. Granny porn. And it's going viral and it's moving. And people shrug their shoulders or embrace it or celebrate or laugh with it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is where we at. So you have no funds for wars. None. You have a broken family. Families broken to shreds and matriarchs fighting on young women. If that was a man, if that was a 53-year-old man slapping a 25-year-old girl, or if he's a sweet man and he's slapping a 25-year-old man, y'all would be raising all type of hell on social media. But because this is a Black woman who y'all have, again, ignored her demonic behavior, her nastiness, her disgusting behavior, because y'all thought it was cute and funny and entertaining. Now she's on some DV stuff, and then layered it with telling people how she puts her mouth on young women. But y'all ready for liberation and revolution? Yeah, okay. Okay. That's where she's a grandmother, y'all. Grandmother. I want y'all to let that shit sink in. A melanated grandmother who y'all gave props for being, she real. She's from the hood, she's real. She done crashed out numerous times. You done saw her fight on this 25-year-old for whoever child she is. We don't know her. I don't know her. We won't judge her. I don't know how she got in that situation or what it is, but we seen her get hit and fought on because they was talking about their little vag space and who did what and who didn't do it and who's appreciative and who's not. Now we got Granny, day 2, talking about and gesturing and yeah, I get busy. I do it. Really, Grandma? But y'all want black men to respect that, to be understanding of that. And then sometimes to pay for that, to take care of that, take care of me and my mama and my kids. This is where y'all think we should be. Grandma's online talking about eating another woman's box was really good and loud with it and boisterous with it. Okay? And being very demonstrative. Yeah. But again, nobody listen to Bliz until it's over. Nobody listen to Bliz. They don't. Everything is good. Okay? Everything is good. We on our way. We got trolls, all that. Everything is good. Everything is fun and funny. Everything is high giggle, troll. Everything is fine until it's not. And I deal with that with my personal clients on a regular basis when I'm telling you, make sure you get it in. Get your sessions and talk about it. Stay on point. Understand how these little things that's moving in society can have an effect on how you move and how we live consistently. But everything else is funny until it ain't. Boom, now you're in that situation. And personally, people are going to go through things and be in them situations and have to be able to respond quickly and effectively. And as a group of people, we're like that. So when they start saying, you can't move here, you can't eat this, this is not coming. And your own people are coming through on some special cop shit, and you not ready to respond. Come on, performing at great levels requires practice and training. It requires practice and training. Y'all not winning no wars. No, you will be forever enslaved if you don't build yourself a military, if you don't build yourself a defense mechanism, and at this point, an attack mechanism. You will be an enslaved people. So will your kids and all. You could talk all that shit you want. Things will be moving at the same pace. It will be business as usual because you're not doing what needs to be done to get out from under it. As long as your grandma's is on social media talking about how well she could eat somebody out, and that's the measure of where we at with it, because her fan base says it all. Her numbers say it all. Her attention says it all. That's where our grandmothers are at in 2025. So if our grandmothers are there, you can imagine what our mothers are doing. You can imagine what our young women are doing. Because this is what Tokyo is doing and saying, and they think it's cute. Demetrius, something, much appreciation for the war effort. This is where we at. You don't see Winnie running around. Who's on Winnie Mandela right now? Who's on Assata Shakur right now? You don't see that. That's gone. 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 Y'all got Jacqueline. Y'all got Toni. Yeah. That's what you know how old Angela Davis was? Do you know how old Asada was? Do you know how old Winnie was when they were fighting for liberation, for people's struggle? These were children. These were kids. Kids. You ain't see nobody. They grandmothers and you didn't see them. You ain't see them 53-year-olds like that. No. No. They were children. They were teens going into adulthood, fighting, understanding their purpose. 53 talking about mouth action? That was unheard of. Proudly saying it in front of the whole world? This regressive garbage that is really your space. Whatever you do, that's what you do. Grandma? But it is what it is for now. And I appreciate y'all coming through. Yeah, because I know everybody else is having fun with it. Everybody talking about Shannon this, Shannon that, or yay this and yay that. I don't even want to touch the yay thing. Because I'm going to say it on record. I think it's cap. I think it's bullshit. I don't know. I don't believe it. I'm not going to discuss it to that degree. I don't. Not an interest to me. Not of any interest to me at all. I already told you the boy's autistic. So I don't get it. But y'all here with me. Much appreciation. As always, classroom assistants. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all for holding it down as always. Okay, as always. And all of you, make sure y'all come back with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Clear eyes, clean ears.